From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Washington Commanders and the San Francisco 49ers. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather, and we are underway from Santa Clara. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Howell, first play, going to throw it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Howell throwing on third down here. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Throwing here, Howell. Able to connect with Dotson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down.
They'll run with Gibson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, here's Gibson.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
I know coaches always tell us that they make decisions about these types of plays, this type of a fake, earlier in the week to take the emotion out of the deal. I don't know that that was really true here. This one felt like all of a sudden, hey, I have a feeling about it. Let's go ahead and get it, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I know one thing. They wish they had it back.
Yeah, they certainly do, but the buck stops with the head coach on that one. He has to green light that attempt.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Here we go. 50, green, 22 needle.
On first down, Lance.
Flush to his right. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington.
Logan Thomas.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Takes it at the 7. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
To throw, it's Lance.
Taking a shot here for Marshall. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
38. Shot, 17.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Sly on for the extra point.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
The Niners at 11-2 now. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he's going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And Lance now to throw.
Taking a shot here for Marshall.
And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception, but it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 49 yards.
And the 49ers have got it back to within a score. Lance going to try to throw for this. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was, and one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They begin the drive with Robinson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Robinson with another carry.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Powell.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Touchdown 49ers.
Deebo Samuel,
61 yards.
And the Niners strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they...
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation if you got the football?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Eluding the pressure right.
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. An extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Howell down to throw it.
Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
On first down, Howell.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Flushed out right.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Nagar's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Again, it's Robinson. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
This time they'll throw it with Howell.
To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
93 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hal to throw on second down.
Steps away to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal?
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for third and goal.
They'll try to run it with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll let Robinson try and run. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Lance now on 1st down.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Lance looking to throw it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
He wasn't ready
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Mike Edwards picks it off, and the Commanders are right back in this football game.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Hand off now to Robinson.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
On the give, here's Robinson.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The offense on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 16. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Here we go. 72. You get blocked me.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the run, it's Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
They'll go play action. Howell.
And Thomas has it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, So good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
He's checking.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Mike, 57. Come on, dude. Check. Lucky.
Powell, he'll look to throw it. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st down, here's Mitchell.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Chalk, 17. Ready, go.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
This is caught, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
Powell with one final shot.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Niners, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire